Hey there, history buffs. Ever wondered about the incredible journey of the Pilgrims aboard the Mayflower? Let's rewind back to the year 1620. A group of pilgrims, driven by their quest for religious freedom, bid farewell to England. Their eyes were set on the New World, a place where they hoped to practice their beliefs without fear or persecution. Packed into the Mayflower, they embarked on a voyage that was nothing short of treacherous. Battling the harsh winds and tumultuous waves of the Atlantic Ocean, their journey was a testament to their courage and unwavering faith. After 66 days of enduring these harsh conditions, they glimpsed the first sight of their new home. They finally reached the shores of what is now known as Plymouth, Massachusetts. But their journey was far from over. With no established government in place, the Pilgrims realized the need for order and unity. In the New World, they faced a wilderness full of unknown dangers. Survival was not a guarantee, and the harsh winter loomed ahead. In these challenging circumstances, unity became not just a virtue, but a necessity for survival. The Pilgrims, coming from different backgrounds and walks of life, knew the importance of forming a cohesive community. They understood that to thrive in this unfamiliar land, they needed to stand together, support each other, and make collective decisions. The need for unity led to the creation of a document that would lay the groundwork for their society. The Mayflower Compact. This wasn't just any document. It was a promise, a commitment made by the 41 men aboard the Mayflower. They pledged to each other and to their community to uphold the laws they would create together, to respect each other's rights and freedoms, and to work for the common good. This was a radical idea at a time when monarchs and nobles ruled over the common people. But these pilgrims, these ordinary men, chose to govern themselves. Under the dim light of a single candle in the belly of the Mayflower, they signed their names to the compact. Each signature marked a step towards self-governance. They were creating their own destiny, setting down principles that would guide their community, and planting the seeds of democracy in the New World. These men were not politicians or philosophers. They were farmers, craftsmen, laborers, and servants. Yet, they understood the importance of unity and the power of a collective voice. They knew that together, they could build a society that respected individual freedoms while working towards the common good. And thus, the Mayflower Compact was born. A document born out of necessity, it became a beacon of unity and self-governance, lighting the way for the democracy we know today. This revolutionary document established a social contract among the settlers, laying out the principles of self-government and the consent of the governed. The Mayflower Compact, as it came to be known, was a game-changer in the world of governance and democracy. Imagine 41 men, huddled together on the cramped deck of the Mayflower, inking their names onto a parchment. This was not just a document, but a promise, a commitment to themselves and each other. They were shaping the principles that would guide their community in the New World. The compact was deceivingly simple yet profound. It stated that the settlers would create and enact just and equal laws for the general good of the colony. And importantly, everyone would abide by these laws. This was the seed of self-governance and democratic rule, planted on unfamiliar soil. Now let's talk about its influence on the United States Constitution. The Mayflower Compact, though a humble beginning, was a significant stepping stone towards the establishment of the U.S. Constitution. It introduced the concepts of self-governance and the rule of law, two cornerstones of modern democracy. The compact affirmed that power rested with the people, and any government could only function with the consent of the governed. This idea, revolutionary at the time, found its way into the U.S. Constitution nearly 170 years later, and remains a central tenet of American democracy. It also established the principle of equality under God, emphasizing that all men were equal in the eyes of the law, regardless of their social or economic status. This principle echoes in the Declaration of Independence, with its famous line, "All men are created equal." Finally, the compact embodied the collective will of the people. It was an agreement among the settlers to cooperate for the common good, to work together in harmony, to thrive as one community. This spirit of collective will and unity is deeply embedded in the American psyche. So when we talk about the Mayflower Compact, we're not just talking about a document. We're talking about the birth of a nation, the birth of American democracy. It emphasized the importance of the rule of law, equality under God, and the collective will of the people. The Mayflower Compact not only set the precedent for democratic governance in the New World, but also continues to inspire generations of Americans. This extraordinary document, signed by 41 men aboard the Mayflower, was a beacon of hope in an unknown land, a promise of unity and cooperation in the face of adversity. Imagine this: a group of pilgrims, having survived a perilous journey across a vast ocean, found themselves in a new world devoid of established governance. They could have chosen to act in self-interest, to fend for themselves and their families alone. Instead, they chose to bind themselves to a common agreement, to live and work together for the good of all. This decision, this commitment to mutual aid and collective governance, was revolutionary in its time and continues to resonate today. The Mayflower Compact underpinned the founding principles of what would become the United States of America. It emphasized the importance of the rule of law, of equality under God, and of the collective will of the people. This was a new kind of society, one where power was not held by a single monarch, but rather shared by the people. The Compact laid the groundwork for the democratic principles that are now deeply ingrained in American society. Fast forward to today, and the spirit of the Mayflower Compact lives on. Every time an American votes in an election, they are exercising their rights as a member of a democratic society, a society that traces its roots back to a group of pilgrims on the Mayflower. Each Thanksgiving, as families across the nation gather to give thanks, they are also perhaps unknowingly paying tribute to the pilgrims who held the first Thanksgiving feast. Moreover, the Compact's influence extends beyond American borders. Its principles of self-governance and mutual cooperation have inspired countless other nations in their quests for democracy and freedom. The Mayflower Compact, in essence, has left an indelible mark on the world. So the next time you celebrate Thanksgiving or exercise your right to vote, remember the brave pilgrims who set sail on the Mayflower and the extraordinary document that shaped the course of history. Remember the Compact's enduring legacy, its message of unity and cooperation, and its profound impact on the world we live in today. The Mayflower Compact is not just a historical artifact. It is a testament to the power of unity, the strength of democracy, and the enduring spirit of the American people. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey through history. We've traveled back to the year 1620, braved the treacherous transatlantic voyage with the Pilgrims, and witnessed the birth of a revolutionary document that laid the foundation for democracy in America. The Mayflower Compact, signed by 41 brave men aboard the ship, was more than just a piece of parchment. It was a beacon of hope in a new world, a social contract that emphasized the importance of the rule of law, equality under God, and the collective will of the people. This extraordinary document did not just influence the framework of the United States Constitution, but also set the precedent for democratic governance, inspiring generations of Americans to uphold the values of freedom, equality, and unity. So, the next time you're celebrating Thanksgiving or exercising your right to vote, take a moment to remember the Pilgrims who set sail on the Mayflower and the Compact that shaped the course of history. If you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're eager to learn more about the intriguing stories that history has to offer, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We've got plenty more adventures lined up for you, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. And if you know someone who'd enjoy this tale of the Mayflower Compact, don't hesitate to share this video with them. After all, knowledge is meant to be shared, and who knows, you might just inspire the next history buff. So, until our next historical adventure, stay curious and keep exploring the past. Who knows what fascinating stories we'll uncover next? But for now, it's time to close the book on this chapter of history. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the past. See you in the next adventure.